So it plugs into regular 110 AC home outlets. Turn it on, set the speed. We can go really slow or crank it up, whatever speed you want. Here we got moving the headstock. Bring these close together, show you how true the lathe is. It's out about 7 inches on both sides and running probably a millimeter, maybe a millimeter and a half off. Push these two together. Slow this down. We can also go in reverse, other direction. All right, let's push it max speed. It can go really fast. Let's shut that off. Show you opening the headstock. So here we've got a lock to lock the chucks. So just twist this to lock, unlock, turn the wheel to open up the chucks, pull out our precision ground shaft there. So these open up actually really wide. The through hole in the headstock is 65 millimeters. In the back, we've got a blow hose. I've got various size stoppers that I'll include in the purchase. These just slide right through the headstock and then can be placed inside of your glass tubes. Now this rotates, this portion rotates, and this is sealed, so you can apply air pressure through here while the stopper rotates inside the glass, and that's how you can apply pressure inside of the glass while it rotates in the lathe. And of course this slides along this rod here, so we can change the location. Really convenient. But as I was saying with the chucks, the through hole is 65 millimeters, but the chucks go much wider. So you can hold on to glass that's probably up to 100, maybe 110 millimeter. Eventually, if you keep going, these teeth will fall out, but they're easy to get back in. So we close that up. So like I said, lock it up with this, really convenient. Now, that's not going anywhere. Right here on the carriage bed, this slides, of course, with the rest. So we can move the carriage bed, move the headstock. This is really convenient. This is about a, I believe, 1/8 inch thick piece of aluminum here. So you can, it's not painted. Like you'll see a lot of lathes now, they paint this carriage. That's not a good idea if you place hot glass onto here. That'll melt the paint, create fumes, mess up your glass. So this is just pure aluminum. It's safe to place molten glass onto, or if molten glass falls onto it. Here's a really neat thing that I've done that will be included in the purchase, is I've got 3 different types of Bunsen burners that I've somewhat custom made myself for use with the lathe. So each of these normally sit back here on this steel table behind the lathe, and that's attached to the lathe. And you can just pull these up onto the carriage. And let me show you operation. So what these do is they'll keep your glass hot while you're working on it. So if you're trying to figure something out what to do with the glass next, not sure, or you just need some more time to do an operation somewhere else, then you've got these Bunsen burners underneath to keep the glass hot as opposed to going and putting it into a kiln. So down here we've got a gas manifold that connects directly to a propane tank. So we turn the propane tank on, then we can adjust this main valve for the amount of gas that we want. And now each of these controls the 3 Bunsen burners. So for instance, what I'm going to do is light this one up. Got my sparker. Let's turn that. So here we go. We've got one Bunsen going. So you can imagine if you have some glass here, you can put this right over it. Bunsen burner will keep it hot. We can fine tune this flame here. If we want it really hot, keep the glass close to working temperature, we can turn this nozzle, let more oxygen in. Now if we want a cooler flame, we can turn that, reduce the oxygen flow, have that nice yellow flame there, just coat the glass. Now of course we can turn it on and off with this, but we can fine tune the flame size by turning this valve. So for instance, we can just get a nice small flame here, just for maybe a small piece of glass that we want to keep hot. And similarly goes for the other Bunsen burners with slightly different characteristics. Let me turn this off. So we take that, just put it back straight onto the table back here. That does have a magnet on it so that it can stick to the carriage if you're moving the carriage quickly. These are self-explanatory. This one has a bunch of flames, a bunch of nozzles so that you can keep a large piece of glass hot. And this is similar to the other Bunsen burner, but has a finer mesh on top that gives it different flame characteristics. Of course, here we have our torch holder. So you just place your torch here. Included in the purchase will be a different variety of tools, and I'll have a picture included with this video to show what else is included there. But just to give you an example, we've got this huge graphite paddle that'll be included, and a number of other tools that are very convenient for lathe work. And that's it. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to message me and let me know. Thanks.